So yes, guys, once again, I find myself in the shadow of the Green Monster. And if you think I'm referring to a park, it ain't Fenway, baby. It's Battery, a familiar battlefield. I would clash here with, oh man, he ate that for lunch, didn't he? But I would have a quick laugh shortly thereafter, acing him. Here I am facing off against an opponent named Quirk. Gonna be called Captain Quirk, and he's all over that dropper. Able to withstand the heat, though, of a couple backhands thrown at him via volley. He wins the point. Luck or talent, you'll have to ask him. And early on, oh my goodness, dismal. Joe Jonah Jameson laughing it up. And this is the same game. And again, a forehand, middle of the court. Just an absolute wreck. Cough up an easy and early break. To my dismay. Not good. I was a little bit antsy. Despite being, I don't know what it was. I was confident that I was the better player and that I was going to win. It was a good sort of confidence. I don't think it was arrogant. And yet I was making all sorts of silly mistakes on the forehand side, which is uncharacteristic, if I do say so myself. But how about that for a one-handed half-volley pickup and a little bit of a bullwhip, baby, followed up by a frozen rope for the icing on the cake. Let's see that one more time. Whew. Gotta love it, man. The notes on this point said, sexy with a Z. Yes, sir. That's right, with a Z. Cool as you like. Felt like fed on that one. You have to let me know what you think in the comments, if I'm overhyping it or if it genuinely was that delicious. One thing I will say about Captain Quirk, I need to commend him. Very patient, calculated, and look, I mean, just this rally is a perfect example of it. Slice for a slice, waiting for the other opponent to flinch, and luckily in that particular instance, it was him rather than me. So, but even in his what's the word I'm looking for? Mannerisms on court. Never let any balls sit on the blue that weren't in play. He picked them all up. Woo! Deft hands, baby. Buttery soft, absorbing the pace, and delicately putting it back over the net. And a little bit of a dropper there. Man, feather-like touch in a couple points. But as I was saying, very calculated and no double faults. Maybe there were a few, but from Captain Quirk, he was pretty disciplined, is what I'm trying to get at. Here I am coming in for the kill shot, and he burns me real good. Just didn't do enough on that approach. We would start to go into the latter half of this first set. Nobody ever got ahead by 2 games, so we were always within touching distance of each other. I believe I would eventually make it to 5-4, or I should say from his perspective, 4 serving 5. And, oh wow, look at that. A cat-like thief in the night, stealing that point, turning it around, and pulling the rug out from under him to take it. I believe he's serving to stay in it, to take it to 7 in this game right here. And a nice couple of bull whips again. I always love noting those because they just feel fantastic. And a slice. Felt so nice. Oh, I got that wrong. It was 5-4. I am serving it, looking to serve it out. But again, it was a pretty closely contested set. As I mentioned earlier, nobody got ahead by more than 1 game at a time. Set point. But once again, it's some soft and surgical hands by yours truly. Call me Stephen Strange to clinch the first set, 6-4. As that scoreline, approach and an aggressive overhead. I tip my hat on that one, Captain Quirk. But given the scoreline, he would be serving. And a closely contested second, pretty similar to the first, scoreline-wise. In the same manner, no one got ahead by more than a game at a time. And he kept it interesting. He kind of just kept hovering around, getting a lot of balls back, as I mentioned. And despite all of that, I don't know what it was. It was always the feeling that everything was under control. Ooh, right to my feet. A good pickup, though, despite the excellent return and a slice approach. Ooh, he carves it out like a jack-o'-lantern. Will it be enough? I think so. I don't know what the confidence was. Oh, serving volley. Will it pay its dividends? Smacked away. What are you doing, kid? He lets me back in it. I'm his opponent, and even I am irritated for him. That's how badly he let me off the hook. Fist raised in the air. Again, a cat-like thief point. Oh, yes, you knew that one was coming. That's quickly becoming one of my favorites. I don't know what it was. It was the Adidas apparel, perhaps? The confidence booster that always felt like everything was under wraps. And I never went down. Scoreline-wise, we were always on serve. And the second set, he failed to break me a single time, which is music to my ears, despite that horrific forehand. In the end, a forehand slice to get me out of trouble and seal the deal. I would go on to win it in straight sets, a rare straight sets victory for the Condor. 6-4, 6-4, 2-0 on the season, baby. And let's see how Ben did against his opponent. Can he follow suit?
All right, week 2, back on the clay. This week, I was playing a UTR 6, so definitely higher rank than me on paper, even though I have moved up to a 4.3 since my last match. And I'm not going to lie, for lunch before this match, I pounded Burger King. Not sure if that had anything to do with the way I was playing, but I was like, I'm young, I'm 30, I can eat whatever the heck I want. Wrong. I don't know if I felt off my game, but I definitely was not on my game. Did not make a lot of good mental decisions. Definitely had a bunch of sloppy errors, which you'll see later. Got a couple decent points. I mean, that's kind of a dinky little winner. And the rallies, definitely he had the edge in long rallies. He had more control. He had a solid backhand. I did, just doing my usual thing, trying to swing him around, hit his backhand, hit his forehand, but he was just better. That's a pathetic attempt at a drop shot, but it worked. Way to go. He definitely, I actually broke him first game, and I was feeling like, I'm amazing, but I'm not. And he quickly got a 5-1 lead on me, and then he coughed up a game, probably had like 3 double faults, and he took the first set 6-2. Goals of the second set, freaking come to the net, attack his backhand, and be aggressive. Isn't that the answer for everything? Just be more aggressive and come to the net. Well, this was my attempt at the first part, being more aggressive and just hitting it as hard as I can. But that I don't have the control yet. Blew that one long. Did come to the net a lot, but it was more just coming to the net because I said that I would, not necessarily because it was always a good decision. Even though it worked out there. I definitely had a couple points at the net, but, stuff like this happened. Oh, that was long by like 4 feet. Terrible serve. I think that was the second serve. Terrible approach shot. How did I come away with that one? I guess I'd just get better hands at the net, learning here and there. Another terrible second serve. Absolutely awful. I don't like the clay. I've changed my mind. It's fun to slide around, but I suck on it. It loses all of my power on the serve. And I will say that it's filled with errors. This is the first of many. This was actually a pretty wrong rally, but, this was the highlight. Wow, swing and a miss. Underarm, terrible underarm. Didn't even clip the net with it, but it gets worse, folks. Just wait. That was in by a foot.
Please, just hold your serve once.
Yeah, so really wanted to hold my serve there. This is the last game. He's up 5-love on me. Let's see if I can get it together. Coming to the net again. And, lunging at nothing. Didn't have a chance at that one. That's a wrap, folks. Fought on my opponent 6-2, 6-love. Didn't hold a single time. Still had a great time. I'm gonna be, that was my last match for a while. I'm gonna be out of commission with a surgery, getting a deviated septum fixed so I can play better tennis, because I certainly need to. Trash bit tennis, it's all about the tennis trash we've been, and in trash bit tennis, I'm trash. onwards and upwards. Let's go.